Right, we're here today to do another script that's going to be a big hit because I'm a writer and I write lots of scripts and they'll all get made into successful shows, and if you stay around until the end, you get to decide what happens next. That's pretty good, isn't it? Lies and tricks. Tricks and lies. Little white lies. Big lies. Lies to protect. Lies to destroy. But it's okay if you're destroying a bad thing, right? I'm not here to judge you, mainly because I can't see you and don't know who you are. If I could and did, I might. But should I? In my amazing satire of the entertainment industry, Clicks, I endeavour to uncover the dark disease that riddles and corrupts our very souls in a light-hearted and happy-go-lucky fashion. Everyone wants more eyes on them so that they can prove to the little person in their head that represents mummy and daddy that they do have a life of meaning. Like my picture, subscribe to my channel, enjoy my dancing, stroke my pet, cuddle my children, cower in my shadow, drink my cocktail, buy my car, admire my garden. No. In this scene, Newsday editor-at-large Margaret Benningstaff calls a dire meeting with her senior staff, entertainment editor Dominic Silk, political editor Pepper Reinhold, and Margaret's own deputy Jack Hardley, as they discuss the prospect that their most loathed choice for Prime Minister, Robert Bunga, might not actually become Prime Minister after all, which would be a disaster. They have to turn it round. Okay, now some of you may have been in one of the versions of Clicks before, right? It's very clever satire. It's very. I don't like politics on this channel, as I've said many times, but it almost transcends, almost definitely transcends the politics that most people discuss, and that is actually, I'm actually a bit fearful of that, because you are normal people, and so you cannot transcend that. So it's risky. Now, in this one, we have a character who we don't see called Robert Bunga, who everybody hates. Not the people that vote for him, obviously, but they all hate him, but they would make loads of money out of Robert Bunga and really high ratings if he was the Prime Minister. And that is way more important than whether or not he does a good job. Okay? So, we need to choose roles. We have Newsday editor-at-large Margaret Benningstaff. Who wants it?
Happy to do it.
Okay, we like happiness here. We have entertainment editor Dominic Silk.
I'll take Dominic.
Dominic Silk. Pepper Reinhold chooses itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be Jack Hardley. Okay? So what happens now, if you've never seen this before, which may not have happened, is I've written this script and we're going to read it out. And those of you who can pay attention to that are going to really love it. Okay, Margaret starts.
We've been complacent people. We thought Bunga was a shoo-in for the PM, and we took our eye off the ball when we should have been shooting that ball right into the faces of our competitors. I include myself in this.
Excuse me.
Don't blame yourself, Margaret.
I don't really. You all should have warned me.
Me? I'm an entertainment editor.
And is Robert Bunga not entertaining? He has floozies all over town.
They're more like flunkies.
Yeah, but I do fashion shows and movie premieres. He doesn't flooze or flunk at any of them.
He'll flunk as a Prime Minister, though. And that's exactly what we need, not this Joanne Templeton.
Yuck.
I mean, who is she? Why is she gaining support, Pepper?
Well, for a politician, she's very competent. When running her council, they actually improved things for residents and made money. As a local PM, she took over a contested seat and is now polling there in the 70s, despite the government being unpopular. As Education Secretary, It is genuinely felt that in just 18 months she has improved standards and boosted morale among teachers across the country. Even those who didn't vote for her say they now will.
Sickening.
What is she, though? 55?
56.
Even better. Why would we want some old lady running things?
Bunga is 61.
What would Bunga have done as Education Secretary? What do his constituents think of him?
Thousands of children would be dead. His constituents don't think. That's the point. It's the safest seat in the country. They'd vote for him if he were kicking them in the pants while they did it.
Right, you've proven my point. Jack?
In your hypothetical, with Bunga as Education Secretary, would those children all die at once or gradually?
Hard to say. In occasional bursts, I expect.
Perfect. Ongoing disasters. A tragedy, 2 weeks of recriminations, another tragedy. I mean, just so many clicks on the website.
And if he's Prime Minister?
I don't even think we need to type any words. Monday, a pic of an explosion. Tuesday, a collapsed house. Wednesday, dead dolphins. People would just know.
Why am I here?
Robert Bunga is going to be the coolest 61-year-old ever. No, say he's 51, so he's younger than old lady Templeton. We'll call it a series of typos if Ofcom say anything. Call his agent, get him at these shows and parties, get attractive women to smile and stand near him. He'll like that, and they'll get paid.
I can do it, but by the sounds of things, you need a dual strategy.
Oh, I love these.
Robert Bunga is the 51-year-old life and soul of the party, the celebrity PM in waiting. But where is Joanne Templeton? She's not at the Taylor McLean album party. She's not at the GQ Awards. What's that? She's knitting by the fire, knitting woolen underwear for herself. What a loser.
Oh, I love it. I said so, didn't I?
Yep.
This is it, people. No old crone who knits her own poo-covered underwear will ever want Prime Minister of this country, will ever be Prime Minister of this country. We want the youthful and unending excitement of a Bunga administration. Go forth and multiply the message, my pretties.
The next few years will be very exciting.
And that's all that matters.
Yes. So you see here, certainly 3 horrible characters, and then one that just delivers information, but could well be horrible also.
Sucked into the world.
Yeah. I mean, well, I just she was just kind of delivering information, wasn't she? She could do awful stuff. I mean, she might. I mean, I decide. You decide at the end of the video. Don't forget that. So, a Robert Bunga administration, they have admitted would be terrible. They don't even need to write headlines. They just put pictures of disaster after disaster. But it wouldn't directly affect their lives because they'd be making more money from the clicks. And that is an absolutely wonderful position for them to be in.
Bad for the country, but good for business.
Yes, which is
good for the elite.
Yeah, which they are very much part of. I mean, it's kind of fascinating. It's almost as if that could happen in the real world. Maybe these conversations are taking place. Could you believe that? And that is the premise of Clicks, which I think is going to be very special and will definitely get made when we show it to people. I don't know that we need to sort of do it again or anything, because it was superbly done. Does anybody have any? I mean, do you have any thoughts? Would you like to try it again, or do you think that's sort of?
I think that went quite well. I think it's a
Yeah.
good commentary. Not that we are talking politics.
No,
but
I can't talk about politics.
A potential good commentary on the current state of affairs, potentially.
So we have the character of Joanne Templeton, who presumably, or at least to the public gaze, would be a woman, an old 56, who knits her own underwear, which she has poo covered, which is
But is that a lie?
Well, that's the
Oh, it is a
presumption,
lie.
isn't it? Yeah.
It is a lie. But all you've got to do is bring a certain percentage of people along with you, and they will, you know. And it turns out she would be a really good Prime Minister, really competent by all the things that were said. But
All
She's
people
dull.
remember was the poo, though.
Yeah.
That's what my
Yeah.
takeaway from that scene was.
yeah, exactly.
Was poo.
You'd never vote now for Joanne Templeton.
I wouldn't.
We could tell you about all of the brilliant things that she does when she was Education Secretary and as an MP for her constituency. Doesn't matter. You just imagine that knitted underwear, whether it was clean or dirty, but probably dirty.
Itchy.
Yeah,
Itchy,
Itchy.
Strange
filthy,
choice.
incontinence.
bringing it on yourself, isn't it? I don't.
She's at that age.
Yeah,
Well, so we think.
56, you said.
Yeah.
she's an old 56, definitely, nearly 57.
That's 56 going on 77, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Poo covered
And
underwear.
they said that's
Who comes?
the new 56, didn't they?
Mm.
77.
77.
I wouldn't want wool down there anyway because it's the wrong. So the whole thing is badly thought through, and you would say, look, if you're making that decision, if you're not prepared to go to Marks and Spencers and spend, you know, 20, 25 pounds on good, okay underwear, you know, inoffensive.
Where else are you cutting costs?
You're not impressing anyone anymore. You don't need to. I mean, you're old 56. Who's going to want to see it anyway? So, yeah, I think they've absolutely buried her, and the relish in that burial is the thing that's so exciting. Dominic, why am I here? But he's got lots of wicked plans.
Yeah.
Once it's pointed out to him.
As soon as he can be involved, he dives right in.
Yeah, get Bunga at those parties, and you know we'll make it happen. So, right, I made a promise earlier in this, in that you would have some say in the future of this project. Now, I'm not a liar, because being a liar would suggest that you lie frequently, but if you lie very infrequently, you couldn't be really called a liar. So in a way, what I said was a lie, in that you will not have a say in this process. Probably because I really like this one, and I'd be surprised if your ideas were any good. But put them up anyway, because, you know, a stopped clock is right twice a day, yeah? And infinite chimps can create the complete works of Shakespeare. Infinite chimps, infinite typewriters, eventually. Or immediately, because infinite.
Yeah.
It would be
Straight away.
as quick as it could be typed. How long would it take? A while. But leave some comments, and for like the first hour that this is uploaded, I'll be there to receive the comments and rebut them if necessary. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, but more importantly, be here now, because if you've already left, get lost. Bye. Wave.